Good day, you beautiful people of YouTube. It's the Mad Marine, and today we're going to be talking about the Kel-Tec Sub2000 9mm that takes Glock magazines. And this is the Glock 17 model. We will do a quick safety check, but before we do that safety check, could you please like, share, comment, and subscribe? That does help the channel grow, and the more it grows, hopefully the more I can do for you guys. And I do appreciate all your support. I appreciate all your comments. And if you ever have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out. I'm happy to help. I really enjoy it. That being said, let's do a quick safety check and jump into the firearm. All right. And now, a million reviews have been done on the Kel-Tec Sub2000. We're going to go ahead and pull the charging handle to the rear. And let me see if we can get that in the shot. And, well, you know, the funny thing is we really don't even need to do this part because the Kel-Tec Sub2000 does crazy things compared to most firearms. But we're going to look down in there. We're going to look on the face of the bolt, which is kind of forward. There's no magazine inserted into here. We're going to go ahead and send this thing forward. We're going to fire into the fridge. And the fridge loves one more day. And now we're going to do the crazy stuff. The crazy stuff of the Kel-Tec Sub2000. All right, so we're going to go ahead and pull on the trigger safety. Or I'm sorry, the trigger guard. And what it does is allow us to fold the barrel upwards. And let me just make sure it's in the frame, and it locks into the rear. Now this is a very small, compact carbine that takes 9mm Glock mags. Let me grab one over here. Not prepared. Yeah, so Glock 17 mag will fit in there perfectly. Voila, good to go. Let me grab a 33 rounder over here. And Alexa, off. What? Alexa's possessed. Alexa, off. Anyway. 33 round magazine. We do everything in one take here at the Mad Marine Studios. So it is one take. I don't care. The 33 rounder in here. So there you go. Gives you an idea of what it looks like with the different magazines. I have tried P-mags in here and they have been reliable. So, this actually folds up into essentially a very small, or not small, but it'll fold up into like a suitcase or a backpack or something like that. So, for instance, you're traveling for work, or I don't know, maybe you're going on a hike and you feel that you really need this. That might be a bit much, but it is easily storable. If you wanted maybe like a, you know, oh no moment, you know, kind of gun to be kept in a vehicle. Now, I don't recommend keeping guns in vehicles unless they're extraordinarily hidden or they are secured and locked up. However, you know, that's your choice, but that's my recommendation. But if you needed something small and compact, this is pretty good. I mean, not the best thing in the world, but pretty good. So this could potentially be something for you to use. Now, that being said, what is the Sub2000? The Sub2000 is kind of like, it is not your primary carbine weapon source. It really isn't. It is a, oh crap, I need a carbine, but I am hoping I never do. And I think if you look at it that way, Kel-Tec has its little niche. And I feel that's its niche. The niche is like, I want a carbine that I can compactly carry around, but I hope I never really need. And that's basically it. Like, I would not use this for home defense. I would use something else. This is literally the travel gun compactable carbine that takes the same magazines I'm already running with my other Glock. Or the other thing is they make these with Glocks. They make them with Berettas. They make them with SIGs, I believe. I feel like there's another manufacturer that they'll go with as well. But anyway, I actually think there's quite many. But I just, for some reason, I can't remember who does and who doesn't. And I don't want to tell you wrong. But I remember those three at least. Glock, SIG, and Beretta. 100% they run with those variants. So this is something to consider. Now I have something that can run, you know, I don't have to carry around different magazines. I keep the same caliber I have. And I can run this interesting little carbine compactable rifle. So cool. Yeah, this works. This is my, oh crap, I need something. It's not the greatest in the world. The trigger is lackluster. It's not great. It's not bad. Accuracy, same thing. It's not great. It's not bad. It will work. And I think that's where its niche is. It's something like in a oh crap scenario, and it'll work. Excuse me. So that's kind of my thoughts on its use for the Kel-Tec Sub2000. Now, that being said, let's go down the rabbit hole. The rabbit hole is there's a lot of upgrades for this thing. In fact, way too many. The Gen 2 models have a rail system on them, so that's one of the easiest ways of figuring out if this is a Gen 1 or Gen 2. There are a couple of options for mounting lights. Now, if you mount one right up here, when you go to fold it, you're going to fold it into it and it won't work. So there's some specialty mounts out that you can buy. That one fits here, one fits on the M-lock that you can utilize, and you can basically fold the weapon and still retain your red dots without messing up your red dots. There's trigger upgrades you can buy. There's sling attachments for here. There's a longer charging handle attachment you can buy. You can buy different threaded compensators for this thing. You can remove the front sight. You can remove the rear sight and put a specialty rear sight in, or you can put a specialty front sight, or you can run it without it. I mean, there is a lot of extra crap you can buy with this thing. The question is if you start adding all this extras, at what point do you kind of price yourself out of like the inexpensive Kel-Tec Sub2000 carbine that it is and put yourself into a higher gun? And I would say this: if you're putting more than $200 into this thing after you buy it, maybe this wasn't the gun for you. Now, right now, the price point on Kel-Tec Sub2000 is pretty much 500 plus. I'm seeing them anywhere from about $500 to $700 is kind of where they're at. I have seen some Gen 1s that are maybe a little bit less than 500, but not much. Is this the right gun for you? I don't know. That's your choice. Again, I feel like it's a good gun within its niche. And I think I've covered the niche as basically like the travel, concealable, easy to travel, firearm that you hope you never have to use. But if you did have to grab it, this would be okay. This would work. It's not the firearm you want to grab, but it's the firearm you have. And I think if you were traveling every week for work, or you felt, you traveled enough to justify the expense of this thing, I think this is a great gun. If it's anything else, I think you need to get something else. Like if you're trying to use this for anything else other than that niche, I don't think this is a gun for you. But I think as a fun, easy travel gun to have just in case, and you travel enough to justify the expense, this is worth it. This is fun. This will work. But anything else is a no-go. So I think we've covered price. I think we've covered philosophy of use. I think we've covered some options. I hope you guys have enjoyed this review, and I do appreciate your time. And if you have ever any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to reach out. If you need to know how to do something, reach out to me as well. I'm always happy to help. I can do most about anything these days, I feel like, but if not, maybe I can point you in the right direction. Anyway, it's the Mad Marine signing off. Have a good one.